So we've been together a long, long time, well over 40 years. We're married 36 years now in August, 13th of August. We went on to have 3 children, all grown up now. So they're all settled in life, and together we built a home. We went on in life, both on our own careers. Declan was a teacher for a while, and all of that, and I did office work here and there, and then he started his business, so eventually that went quite well, so I left my job and went into work in the business with Declan. And I suppose we were always very grateful that our life was, pretty calm and free-flowing and trouble-free. So then when this came out of the blue, it was sort of like, okay, our luck's run out.
Exactly. I always say,
good luck is
I
run out.
always say we were lucky. I always say, you've been so lucky. I always say that so many times.
But you know what, we're
So
still
many
lucky.
times, so many times.
I keep reminding them,
so
we're still
so
lucky because here we are, like 2.5 years down the line, and I'm still really well and I had really good response to treatment, and we're back. We're in the midst of all of this horribleness, there's been so many blessings. I mean, it's ridiculous. You wouldn't believe it. We've really good friends come into our lives and made contact with older school friends who've been so good, and people contacting us, and the fact that then it's changed our whole outlook on life and where we are at this stage. And Declan did decide to retire. He was able to sell his business and retire, and I don't know when that would have actually happened, because for years we keep saying, when are we going out of this, when are we going to get out of this, and how will we get out of this business? And so these things presented themselves to us, this opportunity, and here we are, we're lucky again.
As the time goes on, at the start, when you finish treatment, the whole thing is very, very raw. It's in your head all the time, at the forefront of your head all the time. But as the weeks and months, and hopefully in this case years pass, it goes further to the back of your mind, and you start to think about other things. And it only comes to the front of your mind again whenever you're called for a scan, or something happens, and so forth.
That's where we are now.
And that's where we are now. We're starting to think about other things now. And it's only now, it's certainly for me, I don't know if you, Pauline, it's only now that you realise, hey, there's some truth in what they said.
Yeah.
We're starting to live again.
Yeah, definitely. There's an awful lot of change.
Not quite right.
There's an awful lot of change in a very short space of time. So we have to find a new pathway for ourselves. I think we're both trying to navigate our own emotions, and one was worrying about the other and trying to protect the other. I'm sure, because I know I didn't tell Declan about all the things that went through my head, and I've absolutely no doubt he didn't tell me all the things that went through his head. So definitely communication did change, and you do try to protect your loved ones, and I felt the same even with my family, the children and all. They didn't often see me at my worst, because I did try to protect them from that. I suppose that's human nature.
I think what we experience is not unique to us.
No,
I think if you love each other, your instinct is to protect each other. By speaking to Valerie, in my case, more often than not, when you're finished the conversation, I was not much better when I started. It was more uplifting, give you a wee bit of hope.
Because there was nowhere else you could have these conversations, nowhere else, or nobody else you could have these conversations with. Your friends didn't have the information or the knowledge, your family didn't have it, your apologists didn't have time to answer the plethora of questions that would have been thrown into our minds. So just having that there when you needed it, at the drop of the hat, or just pick up, make the call, and that's it. You can get the information, you get the support. Somebody who's just the support, just hearing somebody to understand how you were feeling, in itself was therapeutic. You came away just feeling better because you were able to really express yourself to somebody who got it, who understood it. You might have been not offloading to me, but you would do it with Valerie, and then once you spoke to her, you were in a better place.
Yeah, because
to talk to me.
Yeah, because speaking to Valerie, as I said earlier, it allowed me to bring a bit more understanding to what I was reading and what I was thinking about, and give me a bit of a lift. That maybe things aren't.
Yeah, that's true. And then there was other times when
not everybody dies of this.
No, and then other times I'd been on the the Facebook group, and I'd read a good story, and I would say to them, there's a lady there, and she's like 9 years with no recurrence, and things like that. So there was always, you could always find me positive things when you looked for them, or you didn't even have to look for them; they were there because that's what I was saying. There was so many things just kept being, coming to light for us. And that's what I mean, being on the forum, there was so much, although it's a dark place to be, nobody wants to be part of that group, nobody would choose to be part of that group. There's an awful lot of benefits to being part of it. It's knowing that support's there with thyroid ovarian cancer on the days when you have a bad day, or you need to talk to somebody that really understands. So it's brilliant having it. My next step program, formulated by thyroid ovarian cancer, was so good for me, because that I've come out of that feeling so much more positive and ready to move forward and ready to get on with my life in a less stressful way and less worried way. That every morning I wake up, the first thing I'm thinking would be cancer recurrent, and now I don't wake up with that thought every morning, and that's all progress. But that's definitely that My Next Steps program was fantastic therapy. So it's actually really beneficial, because we both get what we need, albeit from the same charity, from Thyroid Ovarian Cancer, albeit in different ways. So it's been really beneficial for both of us, I think.
Yeah.